Hi and welcome to my monthly update on how much I've earned doing matched betting. So this time it's the 1st of April today. I haven't done any match betting so far. It's still morning. This isn't an April Fool's, by the way. And as you can see, we've had the worst month we've had so far. And so what I want to do is just go over a bit more detail of why and whether I think that's anything to do with offers drying up, reloads drying up, things like that, and whether it's still sustainable. As you can see, probably not. Well, December, done 423 profit, January 438, February 417, and March 329. Which is a little bit disappointing, but there's a few reasons why, so I'm going to go into those. I'm actually before I go into the reasons, or actually I'll do both hand in hand. I want to go through the detail of what I've done using this match betting. This is odds Profit Accumulator here. So if I come back out of this screen here, you can see my total so far is all those numbers I've just shown you. Which is £1,608 profit. That includes December. So if I just jump into the detail, this is March's column here, so you can see we've only done 329 this month compared to January and February where we're in the 400s. I will, like I say, I will go into reasons, but that only averages out. It's not. It's £10 a day, which I think still acceptable. Anything over £300, it's obviously only just a side income of a number that you should be looking at doing. Obviously if you spend more time on it, then you can get more. Even now I do still think there's value, even after the sign-ups dried up. I purposely done no casino sign-ups and no sportsbook sign-ups this month just to see how it did impact the numbers. Previous months I've always done some. You can see 93 and 69 there for the sports offers, and for the casino 75 and 42. I've kind of let those dry up on purpose just to see how sustainable everything is. What I have done, going with the changes, if you see down here, I've started doing extra places, which I've found to be highly profitable. So I've made 177 of the 329s been on extra places, and that was mainly I'd done a couple of practice sessions just learning about extra places, and then the actual profits from Cheltenham Festival. I'd highly recommend getting in extra places. I will be doing a video on it, but there's plenty of tutorials online and on YouTube and stuff like that. People have got different ways of doing it, but it's probably best for now if you just if you want to get into it, look at ways you can be doing that. And one other thing is the daily plays were right down to 82 this month from 132 and 111. That's just because I was and as a whole really I was concentrating on other things. I wasn't just doing Profit Accumulator match betting. I've started up a video series. If you've been watching any of my videos, I've started up a video series of starting match betting out from scratch on using Odds Monkey, only because I wanted to have a look at Odds Monkey and how it compared to Profit Accumulator, because I will be bringing out some video comparisons on that as well. So I spent a lot more time doing Odds Monkey, and by the time you add on the Odds Monkey sign up offers that I've done, I've went through the Odds Monkey tutorial in another video series, and by the time you add up what I've made on Odds Monkey onto the 329, you're coming out with like about 400 nearly. I've spent the whole of March doing the Odds Monkey tutorials, which in itself is very, very slow. You could probably do them in a few days to a week maximum, whereas I've taken a month because I've just been fitting everything in together. I've also been doing Betfair trading as well, so I've sort of laid myself a bit thin on keeping up to date with everything. I just want to see where the value is for what I can concentrate on, and obviously it's producing stats like this highlights that extra places is probably for me going forward. I mean, on average per bet I made £4.67, doing extra places. I made £177 off 38 bets, and bear in mind those 38 bets were only across, because I was getting on multiple horses in one race, it was only across about 5 or 6 races, I think, from memory. So in effect I spent a couple of Saturdays on one race each Saturday, and then the Cheltenham Festival, leading the Cheltenham Festival, I only got on about 4 races, I think. Yeah, it would have been about 4, 2 on the Thursday, one I went out on the Friday, so I didn't do any on Friday, and I think 2 on the Tuesday. There was problems on the Tuesday and Wednesday. The Tuesday, I think Smarkets was down for the most of the day for most people, and unfortunately that's where I had most of my money, so I couldn't get on properly what I wanted to on the Tuesday. On the Wednesday the weather was really bad, or pretty bad. It might not have been really bad, but there was more horses dropping out, which affects the extra places, because then when the horses drop out, gives the bookies an excuse for not to pay out on as many places, so they reduce the terms. So there wasn't as much opportunity there. So Thursday was the big day. I think I got on 2 or 3 races on Thursday and made quite a good bit of profit, which is why I kind of went out on the Friday and didn't bother with the Friday, which I shouldn't have done really, but I'd had enough of the learning experience by then, so I'm going to start picking the extra places up. So that in effect, everything I was doing on other things had an effect on the daily plays, and that's why I've only done £82 on the daily plays. I think I have had a bit worse luck, or unless it's just the kind of give you less money as the longer you play. I don't know. I'm gonna try and keep up to date with it in April. But you can see these gaps, these column gaps here, where I didn't actually do anything. So there's like whole days missing. So there's 3 there, which was I think that was after the Cheltenham Festival. I think it was. Or was that a Cheltenham Festival? I don't remember now. Anyway, there was 3 days missing there that week. That's 4, 5, 6, 7 full days missing, which is a week in itself. So instead of doing 31 days, probably only done about sort of low 20s. And then you can see some days I missed a whole, where there's blanks, I've missed the whole of those games. So you can see these daily play games where you do the daily free games. I've done religiously from the 1st to the 16th, and then after the 16th I've only done 4 more days, and I only done yesterday because you get an end of month thing, which by the way I won absolutely nothing on these, so I'm even contemplating whether to carry them on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look at these 6 games for February and January and see if I actually won anything on any of them, and if I didn't, I'm not even going to probably waste my time. It's where you go into the daily games and you pick 6, and you can potentially win some free spins, but even when you win the free spins you're not guaranteed any winning, so it's a bit, I mean, that looks a bit demoralising. Actually I'm going to have a quick look now in February, because I think I've got them in the same yeah, that's them there. There's 6 there. Is it those 6 there? Yep, that's the 6 highlighted down here. These GS games are the ones I'm doing at the minute. You can see there, even the total for February is 25 pence. So to me they're not worth doing. I've got better things to do with my time, to be honest. I know somebody might turn around and say, well, I won, say, X amount of pounds doing them. Well, that's fine, but I've spent 2 months there doing them and won 25 pence, so I can do extra places for an hour on a Saturday and get a lot more than that. So I think that's the way that'll go. Anyway, that's back to the strategies here. That's my expenses there, which again is the $39.99 Profit Accumulator subs, and also $12.99 subs for a person I follow online who teaches you about extra places amongst other things. So I'm still keeping up with that at the moment because I find that quite interesting. The daily plays have gone through. Casino reload offers, I've had 9 of those and made £5.20. Bet clubs, that's dropped off a bit as well based on previous months. So we've got Bet Club down to 26. That's mainly due to Gubbins. I'm down to kind of two bet clubs now. I only do Sky Bet, and I'm still doing Bet Victor. But then again, even when Cheltenham was on, I missed a couple of those. I haven't done Bet Victor every week because it's only about, I don't know, 350 profit each week. So again, compared to extra places, which I found out about, I've lost 177 here on 2-ups. I started doing 2-ups, although I've done a few last month. You can see I don't know how many I've done last month. I put the number of bets in here as just a new addition this month. But last month I lost 224 on 2-ups and 177 this month. The thing with 2-ups is they take a lot of, you kind of only win one out of about, say, 20, normally averaging about 1 out of 17, 20, but I haven't done that many. I only done 4 last month. Don't find them over appealing, to be honest, but it's basically where you find a match between two teams. You put your back and lay bet on and have a low qualifying loss, as low as possible, and then if your team goes 2-up, like certain bookies like Bet365 will pay out when your team that you've backed on goes 2-up, they'll pay out. And then if there's a full turnaround and the team that went 2 down comes back to 2-all, you win on the you've already been paid by the bookie, but you also win at that point on the exchange. So you win on both sides of the back and the lay, and that's why it's harder for them to come in, because a team has to go 2 down. So you've got the sort of dilemmas whether you go at high odds or low odds for that. There's different opinions on that as well. I don't think it matters too much myself. I think you would just it's luck really, but it's the percentages you're playing there. You're getting a low qualifying loss with a chance of a team going 2-0 up. I mean, your team has to go 2-up and then they have to lose it really. I mean, you can cash out and stuff when it goes back to 2-1, but I kind of wait for what's called a full turnaround. I'm not really interested in sitting watching the whole of a game just to see if there's a chance of it coming back. I'll just leave it. I think it works out that the profit is roughly the same anyway. It's just you win, if you do wait for a full turnaround, you win less often, but you win a lot more money. Whereas if you're cashing out and things, like when the team comes back to 2-1, you win more often, but you win less money. So it averages itself out. I might pick those up if I find any that are close matches. The key is to get close matches, so your qualifying losses are low. I mean, they're getting on for 50 pence a qualifying loss there, well over 40, which is probably a little bit high, but they were £10 bets, so it's just something I need to look at more detail. It's probably not top of my priority at the moment. I've got a lot of other things on that I'm looking at. So that's it for Profit Accumulator this month. Like I say, if you check out some of my other videos on Odds Monkey videos, I've actually started in March doing new sign-ups for Odds Monkey, sorry, and that'll supplement this 329. So one of the big reasons for this dropping is that I've been doing other things, so I haven't spent anywhere near as much time as I was in January and February doing Profit Accumulator. I just need to work out whether it's my interest in it has waned any. I don't think it has, because obviously I'm doing Odds Monkey, but I am fitting in. What I'm fitting in as well is the Betfair trade, and I'm quite interested and keen on that. If you've seen any of my other videos, I'm still busy working through how I can build strategies to turn a profit each month, because I like the idea of the set and forget aspect of Betfair trading. Even though I know a lot of professional traders will say, well, there's no such thing as a set and forget and passive income as such. You need to sort of be sat at your computer screen actually trading. That's what it's all about, and I get that. I do honestly get that, but again, whether I've got time to sit there and do trading, I probably will try it, because it does appeal as well, especially like sort of pre-horse race, or even during a football game in play. If I'm watching a football game live, I'll sit on the screen and I'll have a look at odds and how they fluctuate and see if I can make any profit. So that's the bigger picture. The plans for April are I'm going to try and pick up Profit Accumulator as much as I can. I'm going to jump on the extra places and see how profitable I am with that. I'll try and see if I can find any 2-ups. I'm going to knock the daily plays a little bit on the head, even though that's still probably one of the highest earners. If I've got time to fit them in half an hour each night, I'll do it, just to keep the numbers up. But what I'm going to try and do is get back closer, if not better than these numbers here. I wouldn't mind getting a lot closer, if not topping the £400 for April, just to show it still can be done without the sign-up offers. But bearing in mind, I am going to be pushing ahead with Odds Monkey as well, because I'm going to sign up for the premium. I've been waiting until the 1st of April to sign up for premium for Odds Monkey, and I'm going to take that one forward as well. So even if this one, if Profit Accumulator stays at like 300 mark, I'd expect to make up the shortfall easily with Odds Monkey by getting 200 or 300 on Odds Monkey. It's just you can't spread yourself everywhere, because then it's like a full-time job at that point, which I don't want it to be. This is all meant to be sort of just supplementary income in my spare time at the moment. But I will try and get back on top of Profit Accumulator, because I know it has slipped during March because of other things. I'm going to obviously sum of 3 areas are Profit Accumulator, Odds Monkey and Betfair Trading, but not necessarily in that order. Okay, I hope that's been a good insight into what I've done in March. What I'll do probably for March is do a total of everything, because I've obviously got, like I say, the Odds Monkey and the Betfair Trade, and I'll do another video which does everything for March to get the total, if you like, not just the total for Profit Accumulator. And then going forwards, I'll probably just stay on the new format of covering everything each month, and all the different initiatives or projects or whatever you want to call them, all the different areas I'm looking at, because that'll allow me to introduce new ones and remove ones that I don't think are time well spent. So we'll take it from there. Hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you very much. Cheers.